So my name's Tristan Final. I teach at North Fitzroy Primary School and I teach preps. And I've been teaching this is my second year of teaching. It's a lot different for the kids growing up these days in terms of how much technology they have at home as opposed to school. Whereas when we grew up, it was like, didn't really have a computer, had a computer sort of more towards high school. But these days kids grow up with like iPads and stuff like that, and everything is really technology based in their life. So I find that very different. And in terms of the technology we use at school, it's like so far superior to what we used to have as well. Even from like prep, using like iPads, laptops, computers, making films, doing things like that. And I don't know, thinking back to when I was a kid, I would have never been capable of doing stuff like that. Yeah, so it's changed a huge amount over the past 15 years. Well, you feel like you're always one step behind because they're like a new generation and they're so adept to using technology. So you're always trying to catch up. But in terms of like professional development and things like that, we have like a good professional development culture at school. So we have like PDs every Monday and Wednesday, and we have an ICT sort of, I guess it's a team of teachers that work in technology, and they share all their ideas and try and keep everyone up to date with things that are coming into fashion, I guess, for technology and teaching wise. Outside of school, we're expected to do stuff with like the AEU, which is the Union for Education, organises stuff. And then just, anything I can see on the internet or whatever. I wasn't so used to having all these options because when I did placement, we had an interactive whiteboard, which is basically like a computer screen instead of having a physical whiteboard. So I was all right with using that, but then we'd have things like iPads and laptops and I wouldn't know how to integrate it into the learning. So how can I teach the kids English through all these different sort of mediums? That was pretty difficult, and I had a lot of trouble with kids who were really used to the technology like iPads, and they'd have trouble with computers. It seems like computers are sort of outdated these days because then when they see like a monitor of a computer, they'll like try and touch it like an iPad. With like the introduction of the internet and stuff like that, it's definitely made it a lot better because there's all those different I guess resources and pools of knowledge that kids and teachers can draw on. It's taken away from things like basic writing skills, so fine motor skills. Obviously you're not holding a pen or pencil as often. In terms of Fitzroy's use of technology, I'd say it's a little bit over the top, especially in the early years, because I think it's really important for them to develop things like fine motor skills. Even like communicating in the classroom, it takes away from it because they're just focused on whatever they're using, an iPad or a laptop, rather than communicating with each other in a group and things like that. And that's where a lot of learning takes place. But I feel like it's a pretty privileged school to work at, and the kids have like fantastic opportunities to use it. So it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it can be overused. So it's more like, I don't know, it's good that they have it, but it shouldn't be forced too much upon them. We have, the junior level has a sort of trolley of iPads. So we've got 2 lots, we've probably got, 60 all up from prep to grade 2. And we just share those resources between the classes. So we have a booking system and you can use them within your classes. And we also have laptops that are accessible. So you can have like probably about 12 of them per class. And then we have this thing called the Mac Lab, which is like a section of the library that's all Mac computers. So it'd be 1 per student for that. And then we all have interactive whiteboards in the classroom.